Hey, small group leaders. Couple of things I want to talk to you about. First off, just thank you so much for agreeing to participate in small groups. I'm sure you know, we say it all the time, but relationships is one of our core values here at the church, and relationships don't happen by accident, and people don't grow in a vacuum. It happens because we intentionally come together in groups, and your willingness to lead a small group is a big reason why that's going to happen in the lives of some people. And it's one of the reasons why we take your role as a group leader or a co-leader so seriously. It really is a big deal. And so there's a couple of things I want to clarify for you about what you should be about as a small group leader. And the first is simple. It's relationships. It's all about building relationships. And so start with just some basic stuff. You've got to communicate with your group. Set up either a Facebook group or an email chain or some kind of a system so that you can be communicating with your group regularly. Send in, check emails. If there's prayer requests, give updates, or let other people chime in and kind of play with that a little bit, because that's a way we get connected to one another. Another thing that's going to be really important is that when you guys start having discussion and it starts to get a little bit vulnerable, is that you, leader, co-leader, you go first. You risk embarrassing yourself. You risk putting yourself out there. You risk judgment. Now, you're not going to be embarrassed and nobody's going to judge you, but by you being vulnerable enough to go first, that's going to allow other people an opportunity to see how it works. They're going to see how everybody responds to your vulnerability, and they're going to jump in. And I'm going to tell you what, the faster you do that, the faster you get vulnerable, then the faster the rest of the group will just be bound together and will start to share significant kinds of things. Okay? And there's more, be in tune to the people in your group. If somebody misses a week, reach out to them. Hey, you know what? We missed you. Really hope to see you next week. If somebody's gone from church for a few weeks, reach out. Hey, everything going on? Oh, okay. Anything I can help with? If people are sharing prayer requests that are pretty significant, I know it's a lot, but schedule a time in between groups to sit down with them. Have a cup of coffee, share a meal, just check in. How you doing? What's going on? How can we help? The other couple of important things that are going to be really necessary for you, you're going to need a fun night. And I know a lot of times we think, no, we're just here for the study. We're just here for the study. That's all we're going to do. You need a fun night. You need a night to get together and just eat food or play games or laugh or share stories or whatever it is with no agenda, just to be together. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why does that matter so much if we're trying to grow closer to be more and more like Jesus? Well, it matters because we grow in the context of relationships, and the more people are bound together and enjoying one another, the more they'll grow together. And we need you to do a service project with your group to get outside of yourselves, at least one in the semester. Hey, if you guys want to do more than one, that's great, but at least once, get together, go out, be about serving somebody in the community, helping them, whatever it is. You can work for the schools, you can help paint a garage. We've done some roofing and some landscaping, some cleaning out before. If you need ideas for that, Malia has got a bunch. The adult discipleship team can help you. But again, it's one of those things that helps bind a group together, and it makes you about more than just yourselves. Okay, and so don't think you have to do it by yourself. The adult discipleship team will help you, and that's why you've got a co-leader, right? So you're not just out here doing all of this by yourself as the leader, but you've got people that have come alongside you as co-leaders and said, hey, we are excited about leadership and we want to be a part of it. And so you can work with them to divvy up responsibilities, and then be on the lookout too in your group for future leaders. We don't want always the same people to have to lead small groups. We want to cycle through, and every semester, if we do it well, hopefully we'll have to offer more and more groups. Well, we can only offer more and more groups if we have more and more group leaders. So be on the lookout for people in your group that are good at having discussion and it affirming people and reaching out to people and kind of empower them and let them know, hey, I see in you the potential to be a really good leader, and you can start to build them up in that way. Last thing I want to tell you is I need you to pray as a group. Prayer is uncomfortable and it's awkward for people, and so you model it. You go first. Maybe before the group you reach out to somebody else and say, hey, tonight I'm going to pray and I'm going to ask you to pray with me. And there's a lot of different things we can talk about and we can do as the semester goes on to help your group grow in prayerfulness. But let me just say this, do not skip it. It would be easy to skip it. It would be easy to treat it as oh, okay, we finished our discussion, we're going to say a 2-second prayer and then we're going to get out of here. No, listen, prayer is meaningful, and it's another one of those things that connects you with the God of the universe, binds you in the Holy Spirit, and brings you together as a group. Thank you again for your willingness to lead. Really looking forward to a great semester.